We've invited the leaders of the 5 federal parties to speak to us about what they believe. We promised each candidate up to 2 minutes of unedited airtime to address this question. Describe your faith and the role it plays in your life. Here are their responses.
It's been an active role. My folks got us involved in the youth movement of the United Church right from the get-go. I used to be in the junior choir before my voice changed. We used to go to a group. In fact, my mom and dad ran the group. It was called the Bible study class at 9:30 on Sunday morning. And 3 of us went. One was because my dad was running it, so naturally I had to go. There were two others who went, and he said to us, what would we have to do different? And I'd say, well, you've got to make it more relevant. For example, what if you made it Sunday nights? And what if you changed it from Bible study class to some other name? Maybe some of our friends would come. So we came up with the name Infusers, the idea that you could infuse your ideas and your work and your enthusiasm into the community. And before you knew it, practically every kid in Hudson was coming. Mostly because it was the only way you could get out on a Sunday night was to say you were going down to Mr. Layton's Bible study class at the church. But we had all kinds of involvement, and he would and he'd bring people in, and we'd go out and meet with seniors. I learned the word octogenarian. I'd never heard of the word before. And we went out and met with seniors, and we'd sing with them or bring them things that they needed. And that whole notion of service. So when I say, what do I derive from all of that? It's the concept of service and not to miss the opportunity to serve. I've written quite a bit about that, actually.
I'm a man of hope. I hope that there is a God who's a God of love and who is able to bridge all the religions of Canada. All the religions of Canada and religions of the world, in fact. It's what I hope. My own reference point is Roman Catholic. I've been raised as a Roman Catholic, and all my references are linked to that. But I hope that God is able to embrace all the religions of the world.
How does that influence your politics?
Well, it's because my politics are very linked to the sense of humanity, that there is a humankind. We are all brothers and sisters. I love Canada. I have a strong commitment for my country. But I love Canada especially because we are trying to make true in Canada the universal values, the values that all humankind with goodwill would like to see in their countries, the values of justice, of love, of sharing, of individual responsibility and collective solidarity. I'm not sure that we are able to make these values true every day in Canada. I know that we have a lot of work to do, but as much as we are able to do so, as much as I love my country.
I have to say, first of all, that the Green Party of Canada understands the separation of church and state. Every party should. We live in a society where no one religion can dominate. We're inclusive, and we are accepting of all faiths and people who have no faith. But I can speak personally and say that as a practicing Christian, I hope to reach out to voters who don't see Christianity in the faces of parties other than the way the Conservatives have attempted to manipulate that vote. And I would ask other practicing Christians why it was Mr. Harper called his election on a Sunday morning. It's the first Sunday in ages I wasn't able to go to church. I simply don't understand it. So we need to say, look, all Christians do not follow a particular political doctrine. We can think for ourselves, we can look at policies for ourselves, and we can ask ourselves, what would it be that the Scripture most asks us to do? And it's not to condemn others, it's not to be judgmental, it's to work to eradicate poverty. If there's any one simple message through Scripture that everyone can understand, it's the message to end poverty. That's what Jesus Christ asks us to do.